to you the class of 2026 Valedictorian, Jake Leitgeb.
Good evening, everyone. Getting up here tonight, so many things went through my mind. Whether I finish on time, fall off the stage, or whether somebody would go and check the math. But standing here tonight, more than anything, I feel gratitude. As I take a moment to express that, I encourage all of you to think about the people who made your success possible. We all walk across this stage with our diploma, but in reality, there are many, many invisible names etched invisibly onto it, because none of us got here alone. To start with just some of the names on mine, to all my educators, Miss Ballum, Miss Lesserod, Miss Pick, thank you guys for nurturing my passion and giving me a safe space in these hallways. Aunt Louise and Uncle Mitch, thank you for everything you've done for me and have taught me. The Brocks, Nancy, Ed, Rhiannon, thank you guys for your continued support over these years. And Kristen, from all our trips to 7-Eleven, Rotary Clubs, thank you. Your support has been pivotal in my journey. Align, you are my blueprint and forever my idol. Thank you so much for inspiring me and believing in me, especially when I needed others. To Ethan, thank you for epitomizing to me the value of kindness. To Michael Neff, truly you are the big brother I never knew I needed. Thank you for teaching me to get my head out of books and to live my life more earnestly. To Michael Gulnock, for 12 years of support, friendship, thank you. I could not have done this without you. To Abby, don't let anybody else know, but you are my favorite cousin. Seriously, thank you for everything you've been there for me through. For Uncle John, thank you. You are truly my example of what a man should be, and again, I could not have gotten here without your support. Alicia, my twin. We are so different, dare I say polar opposites, and yet I truly believe our differences are our superpower. Only from you, I could have learned how to both love myself and to stand on business. Together, we cover the full spectrum of knowledge. Seriously, thank you for always cheering me on through every obstacle. And the last, but most certainly not least, Aunt Tracy. Where to even start? Thank you for your endless sacrifices, for encouraging my beautiful singing whenever we do karaoke, for your motivational speeches, unconditional positive regard, for your life lessons, but most importantly, thank you for opening your heart and your home to me. And alas, you may have noticed I have not yet thanked my mom or dad. My story with them isn't simple. My parents aren't here to hear these words today. I haven't seen them since I was 7 years old. Because of that, I learned early on that life doesn't always unfold the way we're told it should. From that, I've embraced that the people who end up changing our lives are simply the ones who choose to. And that's the kind of leader we should all strive to be, and hence what I'd like to talk more about tonight. As a class, we've faced so many challenges. Back in 2008, when the banks failed and the markets crashed, conveniently, that's when we also decided to arrive. And if our timing wasn't convenient enough, a global pandemic had to stop by later, and we spent our childhoods navigating remote learning, trying to figure out how school worked and what normal even meant. The beauty of Sachem, though, is that despite us all being so different, we've been a family throughout all of it, from elementary school until now. Entering Sachem North, hence, despite facing an initial uncertainty, we had each other. As we continued finding our rhythm, technology changed and expectations grew, and the word future kept popping up more and more and more. Yet, through all of it, we had each other to get through it. During these past 4 years, without a doubt, we faced challenges. Most of us face challenges that others never fully saw. Some balanced school with jobs, responsibilities, and others depending on them at home. Some translated for their families while still trying to figure out their own stuff, and some sat in class while dealing with anxiety, doubt, and loneliness. Some of us probably weren't even sure we'd make it to this day. And yet, here we are, with each other. Not because everything went right, and definitely not because it was easy, but because at some point, someone chose to show up for us. Someone chose to invest in our success. Someone chose to help us carry forward what we could not do alone. My earliest memory of that came right after the loss of my parents. At a time when my sister and I felt completely lost, members of the Sachem faculty at Cayuga Elementary School stepped forward. They had lunch with us. They checked in on us. They did our hair, and one of them even rode the bus with us to make sure we were okay. And hence, their names are etched onto my diploma tonight. They chose to show up, and their impact has stayed with me ever since. And for all of us, there's someone like that. A teacher, a coach, a sibling, a twin, a parent, a mentor. Someone who chose to help, who propelled us through these past 4 years to this moment. And the remarkable thing about that is that sometimes the people changing our lives didn't have to perform some grand gesture to do it. On January 28th, let me tell you, I was having the worst day ever. And I walked into the library just trying to get through it. And as soon as I came in, our wonderful librarian, Ms. Berthold, called me over and simply asked one powerful question. Are you all right? That's it. One question, a simple check-in, maybe 30 seconds of her day, not even. And I don't even remember what I was upset about that day. But I do remember that she noticed and she took the time to make it so. And sometimes that's all it takes. One small act that lasts far longer than the few seconds it took to make it. And other times that choice can be larger. March 26th, Ivy Day, as us nerds like to call it, was the date all my college decisions released. My friends showed up for what felt like the culmination of years of hard work, stress, and uncertainty. One of them even called in from a different continent. They brought cupcakes, cookies, and they were ready to celebrate me no matter what. And because of that, that moment felt enormous to me. Because they chose to be there. So ultimately, one act was 30 seconds, and the other took planning and probably an unreasonable amount of sugar. And yet, both meant the exact same thing. You do not have to do this alone. And in the end, that's what we remember. The people who sat with us when we were alone, who dared us to grow, who believed in us when we didn't believe in ourselves, who stayed with us when things were at their lowest, and who reminded us through actions, both small and large, that we were worth showing up for. So, to close off, I want to step outside this school as we begin to enter into the real world. During my years here, I was part of an organization some of you may be familiar with, RILA. During one of our late night meetings last summer, deep in the Massachusetts mountains, a committee member instilled into me a principle that I have carried with me to today that I now bestow to you. The best leaders are the ones that lead from behind the scenes, making sure that nobody feels left behind. So, as we head into whatever comes next, college, careers, relationships, and everything that we can't fully see yet, I urge you to take the next step and now be that kind of leader. Be the one who's remembered for staying with someone when they were alone. The one who's remembered for daring someone to grow. The one who someone remembers for reminding them that they were capable when they didn't believe in themselves. And the one who stays with others throughout their lowest moments. Because today truly marks our transition from being classmates and students to now being coworkers and most importantly, mentors. from being guided to being the ones doing the guiding. And in our future, we will without a doubt face someone who is where we once were, unsure and trying to figure it all out. And they won't remember or even care about our titles or resumes. They'll remember whether we made them feel like they belonged, whether we uplifted them. So, when you go out there and you chase your dreams, be the kind of person who makes that success feel shared. Be the person whose life, like our diplomas, carries more names on it than we'll ever fully realize. Because in the end, we do not just achieve success, but we pass it onward. To the class of 2026, thank you and congratulations. Shout out again to God, my family, Alicia, to the rest of the top 25 who could have just as easily stood in this position. To my Ryla family, and of course to everybody in the big, beautiful Sachem family before me. As life goes on, things may not go as expected. Life is hard and imperfect. Who knows what other major historical event we'll live through next? But no matter what, and through it all, may we never forget the people who carried us to where we go, and may we never forget our responsibility to now carry others upward with us. Thank you, class of 2026.